Dr. Jacob Wilson. Come to the stage, buddy. Give it up for Dr. Ryan Lowry. Woo!
Muscle is responsible for a large part of our metabolisms. Very, very important, because muscle is a critical tissue. Of course, we all know this, but it's important to emphasize it, is that ketones spare muscle. So we looked at the molecular level. Like, we actually took muscle and looked what happened when you gave ketones, or you gave like moderate ketones, which would be like a pack of Keto Max a day, or higher ketones where you took like 2 to 3 packs equivalent a day. So it's actually increasing muscle growth processes. So that's very, very important when we talk about like sparing muscle when you're dieting.
Yeah, I was sitting down with Brian yesterday, and I was like, man, like, you really remember back at the Tampa airport, that first event. And to see where we've come in that time just makes me so excited for what the future holds. I think it's always important, no matter what, we talk a lot about this, is to start with your why. But when we're talking about what we do when it comes to studying, and when it comes to new formulations, when it comes to days and days and long hours in the lab, it always is important to think back to our why. And that's why you guys will consistently see this company innovate and come up with new strategies to make sure that we maintain being the leader. We are always far ahead and far years beyond where everyone else is.
So let's give it up for Dr. Ryan Lowry and Dr. Jacob Wilson.
All right. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having an amazing Friday. Just tuning in here through Clubhouse, and going to jump on here, and supposedly having Tommy Pichardo going to jump on here with us here shortly. And we got the room opened up, and we got some people coming in right now on Clubhouse. Thank you guys for joining in. We do appreciate you. Let's see here. So, guys, what we're going to talk about today is we had Tommy Pichardo that was going to be joining us. I'm waiting on him now. I know he's running a little bit behind, but truthfully, guys, you know, the greatest thing about what we have here is there we go, Mike Zimbrowski. How you doing, brother? He's in the room. The greatest thing about Clubhouse it's been absolutely amazing to share other people's stories, other people's journeys, right? To hear from people that, you know, maybe you're just getting started on their journey. Maybe people are in their journey 3, 4, 5 years, you know, wherever they're at, right? Just had Judith join us. Hey, Judith, how are you? Hopefully everything is going well. So, you know, I really want to open up the stage to people to come up and, you know, let us know where you're at in your journey. You know, are you just getting started? Maybe you've been doing this for a while. Maybe you're a coach. Maybe you're a mentor. Maybe you're, you know, somebody that, you know, just loves to motivate others, right? Like, where are you at in your journey? And that's super important. You know, and I want to thank each and every person for jumping on here. And I also want to ask you guys, you know, if you're not following Keto for the Soul, please click the little house up top. Follow the club, because there's so many great rooms that open up underneath this club, and it's absolutely amazing. And I always say this part, right? You know, get in where you fit in, right? You know, find out who you resonate with, connect with them. That's the great thing about Clubhouse here is, you know, most everybody has an Instagram or some way to contact on the outside of Clubhouse, because Clubhouse doesn't have a platform where we can actually communicate besides in the rooms with each other. So I suggest and really encourage you guys, somebody comes up on stage today, says something that really resonates with you, please go give them some love, show them, you know, a little bit of, you know, hey, thank you so much, some gratitude. You know, I really liked what you said about X, Y, and Z, and connect with that person. You know, I really believe if you just continue to leave with a servant mentality, continue to give to others, you know, the circle of life is things will come back around to you. So I will have Daniela on stage with me. I have Judith on stage with me. Myself, Vaughn Hendricks, Keto Jesus, started the ketogenic lifestyle 4.5 years ago. Soon found out that this is way more than just about me. Found out that, I had a passion to help others. God had given me a platform to be able to get in front of a lot of people, to not only share a better lifestyle with them, but also share my journey about Jesus Christ, share my journey about being bold in my faith, right? And just helping growing the kingdom, if you will. So I'd like to open the mic to Daniela and allow her to kind of introduce herself and, see what she's got. Daniela, how are you?
Hey. I am just a room away. So I am Vaughn's better half, I would say. And I've been doing keto since July 2019.
Guys, hopefully you guys can hear over there. Let me know if you can hear. Hey. How's everybody doing?
Because of keto. So definitely it has been life-changing for me. And, it really has transformed the way that I see food and the way that I fellowship with other people as well. Before, for me, everything was centered about food and, there was nothing else to join me with other people but food. And I was always known as the foodie, as the one that knew where to go, what to eat, what to order. And I really did. For sure, I have a sugar addiction, more like a dessert addiction. And that was definitely me. And, I always thought it was cool to be that person, the one that everybody called when they wanted to find out what was the best place to go eat or where was it that you should go, what should you order and everything like that. And, it came to a point when I had gained 40 pounds. I was in the worst health of my life. I have asthma and my asthma was really active. I had lots of allergies and, I had high blood pressure. It was, you name it. And it was all like just consuming my life. I didn't have any energy to move. I didn't want to do any exercise. And when I found keto, completely transformed my life. And, I was blessed to meet Vaughn in this journey. And, we are amazing together because, we support each other and, whatever our focus is, we both are going on the same direction. So I always say to people, make sure you find your tribe, make sure you find your community. And for sure, enjoy this journey because it's such an amazing one. And that's a little bit about me. I'm a dental hygienist and I work in a holistic practice. And I love it because I'm able to integrate what I've learned about keto and nutrition and all of this with my patients. Plus, keto is a great diet for your oral care too. So definitely it goes hand in hand and I love it. Thank you, Vaughn.
Thank you, Daniela. You're absolutely amazing. And yeah, you're always one room away. So that's a blessing in my life, right? I know God had, aligned us for a bigger purpose to be able to serve on another level, right? Daniela being bilingual, being able to speak Spanish. It's amazing to be able to serve multi-platforms, right? Daniela also has a show with Joanna that comes on, multicultural keto show. You guys definitely can plug that room because I think that's an amazing room. If anybody's on here that has any questions, please raise your hand. There's a little button down on the right-hand corner. It's a little hand. Jump on up. I want to thank Mike for being in the room. Mike's been somebody that we've been working with for a while. Has had some great success on keto. Utilizing exogenous ketones and making better choices, right? And Mike, I know that you're at a little bit of a stall and a plateau right now. We're going to get together and we're going to shift some things around. And great thing is, it's being leadable, teachable, and coachable, right? And the thing with Mike is, I asked him to keep a food journal of what he was doing for, about 7 days straight, and he did. And, he got that to me, and we're going to create some shifts for him that's going to just help him, boost along his journey a little bit better. So with all that being said, guys, this room is going to run from 4:30 to about 5:30. So please, I don't want to be the only one, here speaking into you guys. However, I will, because it's something that God has blessed me with, to be able to, pour into others. And I'm super happy to be able to do that. But if anybody has anything, please. And we have Sandra that just joined. Sandra is actually another amazing customer of ours that's, had some great experiences. And if you guys, any of you want to come up and share a little bit about your journey, share where you're at, maybe share where you see yourself going in the future, please, go ahead and raise your hand, come up on stage, and we'll be happy to bring you up. That being said, I believe the room is opened up now to others. I believe Judith came in. If you guys want to hit the little plus button down there and ping anybody into the room, what that'll do is that'll open up this room, open up the floor for other people to come in and share their journey, maybe listen a little bit, because I always say this: it doesn't matter the amount of people in here. The right people are always here at the right time. In my eyes, God is amazing at that. He plugs people into the right place for the right reasons. So thank you guys again for being here. Let me just, I guess I can run into, Tommy, I think, is going to be joining us soon. He's also had an amazing experience. He can share some of his experience, but I put Fellowship Friday on here because it's just, hey, let's come on. Let's chat a little bit about what's working for you, and how we can inspire others to do better, be better, and feel better each and every day. So I guess we can talk a little bit about keto and what ketosis is, for maybe some of you guys that really don't know, and where we're standing right now at this. Being in a state of ketosis is a metabolic state. That metabolic state, what it does is it actually helps your body flip over from being a sugar burner to a fat burner. So with that being said, flipping fuel sources and being able to burn more efficiently. So I kind of equate it to like putting gasoline and fuel into a car, right? So if you're a high performance car and we're putting regular unleaded gasoline in it, what's going to happen is over time that car's engine is not going to run as well, right? So metabolically, over the years of us consuming all of the American standard diet, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, all the processed foods, things like that, what tends to end up happening, we become metabolically deficient. Our cells start to get clogged up. And what ends up happening in that scenario is our body now does not utilize the energy source that we're giving it, exogenous glucose, that we're feeding it through, sugars and carbohydrates and things like that. So I don't know if many of you guys out there are maybe at a point where you're just tired of being tired. And, each and every day you come home, you're like, I just don't know. I can't play with my kids. I can't get off the couch. I don't want to do any extracurricular activities on the weekends. All you want to do is sleep. If any of you guys are feeling that way, there's a reason that you're feeling that way. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone, right? Being metabolically deficient, and constantly craving carbs and sugars has a lot to do with the brain. And the sad thing is we've been programmed that way. We've been programmed that way because marketing. We've been programmed that way because of how the food industry actually blends different things into the food to make them very addictive, to make it where we want to continue to eat them and crave them constantly. I really truly equate it to having a drug addiction, right? So like anytime you have a drug addiction, whether it be alcohol, drugs, things like that, the fact of the matter is it becomes a problem. It becomes something that you crave each and every day. I just brought Tommy's on stage right now. And so I just want to give you guys a little bit of background of what ketosis is. So maybe somebody's new in here and they're not really sure about the process, but I do want to go ahead and introduce Tommy. And Tommy's been an amazing man in our community now for, I don't know, man, maybe almost getting close to maybe 2 years, a year and a half or so. But Tommy's been a blessing. Is that about how long it's been, Tommy?
Yeah, it's almost 2 years. Yes.
That's crazy how time flies, right?
Right.
But, Tommy, I know you've had an amazing journey, and I know your journey has been going on for a while. So if you could go ahead and just kind of give a little bit of background of where you were and what created the shift in your life to bring you to where you're at today, and how you got to where you're at today.
Yeah, well, basically, what I was on a weight loss journey that started. It's been 8 years now. Actually, January was 8 years, and I started that journey utilizing, of course, all the old information and bad information that's out there about weight loss, and was struggling a lot to get to my goal. It took me 6 years to lose 52 pounds, which is a long time, right? But what I didn't do, because I had a very strong why, was quit. And so I went through, pushed through, lost the 52 pounds, which was my original goal to get down to like 182 pounds. However, I started my coaching practice where I was helping others with their weight loss. And I said, well, I can become better, because I did have a little bit more fat on my body. And I said, well, I can do better. However, I came to a plateau where I wasn't able to lose any weight. No matter what I was doing, it wasn't working. So basically what I kept doing, because along the journey, I kept looking into ways for weight loss to happen. And I would learn different things. Well, one day I'm scrolling through Facebook while I'm waiting to go have breakfast after church, and I came across your Facebook page, Keto Every Day. And when I saw what you had on there and a picture of you with Keto Jesus under it, I said, wow, this man must be a Christian. So that resonated with me, and I reached out to you. Of course, when that happened, we got together, and that started basically my keto lifestyle, because what I learned from you and about being in ketosis and the ketogenic lifestyle was just mind-blowing. So today I'm actually 15 pounds lighter than that day. So I had lost 15 pounds during the pandemic when everybody else was basically gaining 15 pounds. I had lost 15 pounds. So today I'm down to my high school weight of 167 pounds, which I thought I'd never see in my life. And it's just been an amazing journey. I mean, what I've learned from you and Daniela has been amazing. Plus the inspiration that I got from you has been a real blessing.
Tommy, we appreciate that. We appreciate you. We just appreciate you always being there. For you guys that don't know, before COVID, we used to have something here at the house at the Keto Kitchen Palm Beach where we would bring people in and we would actually teach them how to make better choices. And that doesn't necessarily mean doing everything keto. That just means a little more in a low carb lifestyle. So if you were going to make a lasagna, we taught you how to do it and make it more low carb lifestyle. If you were going to make a chicken parm, we just kind of showed you how to make simple swaps. If we were going to make a dessert, if we were going to make things like that, we brought those people in to teach them those different things. Tommy's been somebody that's been great, always plugging into the community, always coming to those things. So we appreciate Tommy for that. Sandra, I've been trying to bring you up on stage, so I don't know. I see your hands raised. You might need to click out of the room and then come back into the room and re-raise your hand. Sometimes Clubhouse gets a little bit glitchy like that, and then we could bring you up. But Tommy, throughout your journey, and I know that 52 pounds was a bit of a struggle, at first, and then, obviously when you found us and we brought you in and we kind of changed a little bit of your mindset on some things. I know a big part of what you always say is, you had to unlearn to relearn. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
Yeah, that was actually a profound quote that I heard way back. I think it was in the 70s or 80s. There's a book that Alvin Toffler put out called Future Shock. And he said this, he said that the illiterate person of today is not the person who cannot read and write. No, the illiterate person of today is the person who's not willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And that was actually the catalyst that kept me moving forward to find out, how to lose weight, because I was struggling with it. So I knew that I had to learn and find out. And of course, on that journey, I learned that there's a lot of bad information about weight loss and incorrect information. So that was a catalyst that kept me moving, kept me looking for answers. And, and actually led me to you guys eventually, because I said, while that standstill, I wanted to still, shake more weight, more body fat off. And it kept me moving forward. So it's vitally important to be continuing learning, and for help for this to become healthier and better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, since then, Sandra, it's happening again. If you want to click back out of the room, and when you come in, don't raise your hand. I'll invite you to speak, Sandra, and see if it works better that way. But yeah, I know, Tommy, since that point, you've not only, changed your life, but you've been able to change there, Sandra. You've been able to change so many other people's lives at the same time. Can you tell me a little bit about that part of your journey and what it is that you offer and who it is you offer things to?
Yeah, I specialize in physical transformations for men and men over 40 in particular, because weight loss for over 40 gain is a little different than people in their 20s or 30s. And there are various reasons for that. But being that I was in my 50s when I started this journey, I learned how to balance hormones, because basically weight loss is all about hormones. Not so much the calories in, calories out, as we've been taught for the last 50 or 60 years. So I learned how to actually do that, to balance my hormones. So, and being a man, I learned a lot about the male body and what the hormones that had to be optimized and which hormones had to be lower, because if you have a man with too much estrogen and too much cortisol, is not a good thing. So, you have to increase your testosterone levels and these type of things, so you have optimal health. So I specialize with men. However, believe it or not, in my journey, I track a lot of women looking to lose weight and have been able to help a lot of women, because weight loss, again, is basically physiologically speaking, is the same for men and women. It is a hormonal issue more so than calories in, calories out. And what's happened, once I start utilizing the exogenous ketones, which I attribute to one of the reason why I've had the transmission that I've had in my body, which has been amazing. Not only were I able to shake off more body and belly fat, but I mean, I'm talking about my skin, different things with my skin clearing up, creating more of a glow. I've had my hair and my nails grow faster now. The energy level, also my mental clarity and focus is totally up. It's different. I feel completely different when I'm doing the ketones, and so I've been sharing that with people, and they're also having phenomenal results. One person in particular is my sister. She is amazing what's happening to her. She's actually says she feels like she's like in high school again. When she lost weight, she looks great, because again, her hair, her skin, and nails are getting better. She's got that little glow going on her skin. And she says she's doing things that she wasn't able to do when she had this excess weight on. Yeah. And so basically, I've just been helping other people achieve their goals, whatever they may be, whether it be, if it's not weight loss, that's fine. Even just have more energy. So I help people with that.
That's amazing, Tommy. And Tommy's talking about the keto glow, right? That happens a lot with the ketogenic lifestyle. When you start making those shifts of reducing those carbohydrates and things in your system, you just your skin starts to clear up. Things start to happen, And Tommy, we definitely appreciate you. And if you don't mind, Tommy, would you? I know you guys click on his profile there, and I know Tommy looks like he's about 40 years old. But Tommy, if you don't mind sharing your age, and I don't mean to put you on the spot there, but I just think it's incredible.
No problem. I'm going to be 62 this year.
62 years old, and how do you feel?
I feel like 16.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And coming from the journey that you were on and to where you're at today, and to be able to see you transform like that, it's actually a super blessing in our lives, because we know that what we're doing and helping others create a shift in their life is creating better lifestyles, right, for people. We appreciate you, Tommy.
Yes.
So, yep. I want to jump on over here to Sandra. Sandra just jumped up on stage. Sandra, there's a little microphone down there. If you want to click that, it'll unmute you. And then I would love to hear a little bit about your story and your journey and how things are today, and maybe a little bit about what it is that you do. I know you work quite a bit, so I don't know if you're working at the moment, but if you can just click that little mic down there if you're ready and you want to speak. There you are. Hey, Sandra, how are you?
I'm doing well. I actually had taken a 2-week break from drinking my Prove It drinks. And I noticed such a big difference in my energy level. And so I am bouncing off the walls today because I'm back. So let me just introduce myself. I'm Sandra Lopez, and I'm a skincare specialist in Boynton Beach. And being a skincare person, everybody wants to be your friend. So I have a very social life, and social means eating and drinking. With that being said, I'm also 53 and going through menopause. I noticed that my middle section was just bigger than I really had even anticipated. I had gained so much weight. I was at 212 pounds before I started this journey. And I started about a year ago, just, trying to lose weight any way I could. And myself and my keto coach had started walking to shed some pounds, and we were doing our 10,000 steps a day. And after 2 months of doing that, I lost 2 pounds. So I was really discouraged, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I had some kind of metabolic challenge happening. Not only was I lacking in the correct hormones, but I had no energy. I really, all I could do was work and have a social life and sleep and repeat. And so since the pandemic, my keto coach had, I hadn't seen her for 10 weeks, and she had told me before that she found this thing that was a keto kitchen that she could go to and learn all about the keto diet. And I really was a little bit apprehensive, to be honest with you. I had tried every diet ever since I was a kid, and which may attribute to, having metabolic challenges because I was yo-yo dieting. And so I had done Atkins and lost weight, and then I got pregnant and gained all the way back. And so, I really wasn't, about doing keto per se. And I had a conversation with Daniela and Vaughn, and Daniela did tell me that you didn't have to diet at all, which was the reason I came on board. That made me happy. However, since then, I've changed my eating and drinking lifestyle completely to a ketogenic diet, and I am happier than ever. I've lost 35 pounds, which looks like 50, and this is where this diet, this way of life or lifestyle is way different than anything else. People think I keep losing weight. I'm just losing inches.
That's amazing, Sandra. Let me ask you a question. When did you start shifting your diet, and why? Because I remember when you told me I don't really want to do the diet. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I had tried the paleo diet before, and it was not only healthy, clean eating, which is what I was looking for, because I was looking for a healthy way to lose weight, not any diet fad. And so in my mind, I thought, keto was a fad. And what I did is I started the beginning of June. I started doing paleo for the first, I want to say, month and a half of drinking the drink. It was a paleo diet, so I wasn't really paying attention to, the carb load, or how much I was intaking of carbs. And I did lose weight. I lost like 18 pounds within like the first month and a half. And later on, I said, if I did follow the keto diet because I learned more about what the NAT does to your body and how it works. And I started to shift to a ketogenic diet, and I kept losing weight. But the beauty of this, I say to everybody that has a challenge, is that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be better. You just try every day to be better. So you have 2 French fries. Don't kill yourself over it. Don't guilt yourself over it. It's okay. Your body is working with NAT, and that's your secret agent. That's your hack.
Well, that's amazing, Sandra. And thank you, because you see, I found keto the same way that you did. Although I did started the ketogenic diet as well right away, because I was like, I'm going to go all in, even just because. But, but I would have never found it unless I found, the ketones before. And then that's also how I found Bon. But I keep saying that every time, but it's the truth. So I'm going to let Bon take over now.
And the greatest thing I heard you saying, Sandra, is, if you would have came to us or Rebecca and we would have told you, hey, listen, we got this, keto diet. You gotta stop having this, and this. You can only have these certain things. You weren't open to that yet, right? Like you were like, no, I'm not doing another diet. And so, the greatest thing, and a lot of people say, like we told you, listen, just drink the drink and amazing things will start to happen. Don't worry about your diet right away. And the reason that we say that is because it's the gateway, right? So you're utilizing these exogenous ketones. All of a sudden you start to feel better. All of a sudden you start to make shifts. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like if we came to you and said, hey, we got this amazing ketogenic diet, we can help you lose 50 pounds. Is that something you would have jumped right into without utilizing this tool first?
No, absolutely not. I was really opposed to doing the ketogenic diet. And even a little bit leery about just drink the drink. But something told me after Daniela shared her mom's experience that, hey, I could do this. If she says there's no dieting involved, I could do this. I could go no dieting. But I mean, once you start investing in yourself, investing in, getting healthier, then you just want to be all in, right? You just want to be all in. So that's how, progressively it worked for me. Everybody asks me, what are you doing? And I do tell them, look, you just have to drink the drink, but I'm going to give you a few pointers because it'll help you, get to your goal, or, it'll help you lose weight. Some of my friends don't want the ketogenic diet. I just tell them have a low carb diet because I know that this can help them with their health issues. They do have some health issues, and just alone to cut out the fat around your organs. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you say that it help you with cravings, or what would you say?
Well, I feel that once you're drinking the drink, you do have a you're pretty satiated, so you're not that hungry. You're not eating. My problem was, when I ate, I didn't eat often, or sometimes I would eat too often, but I would have really big meals. Like, this is my only meal, so I'm going to have a big meal, and, I don't think that's healthy. So what happened was when I was doing the paleo is that I was doing paleo with very reasonable meals, but by the time I was eating, I wasn't really that hungry. So I was actually leaving stuff on my plate, which is a program of probably why I had a weight problem. From your parents, you have to eat everything on your plate because, there's starving children in the world. And so, I don't know. I'm just really happy where I'm at. Everybody always gives me compliments. I can't help but love it.
So much. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And I appreciate you, being vulnerable and, just speaking up. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to let Vaughn say hello to Teresa. Hi, Teresa.
Yeah, Teresa,
Hello,
how are you? I want to keep Tommy and Sandra on stage just because I want them to be up here. If you guys have any questions specifically for them, because their journey is different than ours, right? So I want everybody to understand, like, whoever you resonate with is the person that you really want to, like, get in contact with. Hey, how did this work for you? What's going on in your lifestyle? So Teresa, I just want to welcome you to the stage. Thank you for coming up. We appreciate you being here.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. I want to say one thing too, Johanna. I see you have your hand up. Been trying to bring you up, but it's not allowing me to. So if you want to back out of the room and then come back in, hopefully it'll let you up. But go ahead, Teresa.
Yes, I started the ketogenic lifestyle in August, and I started taking exogenous ketones. And the reason why I started was, of course, health problems and several other things. And I was pretty leery about the ketones. And I had gotten scheduled to have weight loss surgery. And I started taking these ketones, and I was following the ketogenic lifestyle. And the weight was coming off because you were required to lose so much weight before you had the surgery. And so I had the surgery. And I am continuing to lose weight, but what I have to say about the ketones is it's phenomenal. I mean, I have so much energy and so much focus that I just can't believe it. I'm 62 years old and I feel like I'm 35. And before I started doing all this, I was type 2 diabetic, heart problems, my feet, inflammation in my feet, you name it, it was going on. And now it's like everything's great. And I don't think that it's all due to the weight loss surgery. I totally believe that it's the ketogenic lifestyle because I've totally changed my way of eating. And I don't have any inflammation or anything like that anymore. So I think it's great.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And that's a big, thing with the ketogenic lifestyle. When you start being in that state of ketosis, ketones will inhibit inflammation, right? And how many of us just have that knee pain or that elbow pain or that shoulder pain? And as we get older, we've been taught to understand, well, you're just getting older. That's how it's going to be. You're aging, so you're just going to be sore. And I'm here to tell you that's not the way that it's supposed to be. It's not the way that it should be. So when we start to really pay attention to what we eat, what we put in our bodies, it really starts to shift things. And Teresa, I believe that's what you're talking about. You become more aware of the things that you're putting in your system. You're utilizing this amazing tool that helps you create shifts, right? I keep saying that about the tool in the exogenous ketones and you guys will hear me say tool because it truly is a tool. And it's however you're going to fit it in your lifestyle and how it's going to help you progress forward. It's not the end all be all. It's not the reason that people are dropping 50, 60, 70 pounds. It's not the reason that people aren't having seizures anymore. It's not the reason for any of that. There's no medical claims here, but it's the tool to help you make the shift, just like Sandra was talking about, to getting into the ketogenic lifestyle, right? She wasn't open to a ketogenic lifestyle. However, she started to drink this drink, felt great, all of a sudden started to make the shift. So I want people to understand that this isn't some magic powder that we're up here talking about. It's not something that, hey, you take this and that's all you have to do. If you want to work it that way, you're going to get some amazing benefits like the energy, like the mental clarity. However, if you want to really start to be healthy from the inside out, you're going to have to start to make changes. You're going to have to start to see and do things differently. And then, it's creating that do better, be better, feel better each and every day. And that's what we like to do here. So Teresa, I want to say thank you for sharing your story and your journey. You definitely welcome up on stage to speak at any time. And you can stay up here if you would like. If you have anything else you'd like to add, please do.
I would just like to add that I had kind of resigned myself to the fact that my mobility, like you said, you start telling yourself, hey, I'm getting older. That's why this is hurting. That's why that is hurting. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to feel that way. And like you said, it's not a magic potion. There's work that goes, you have to put the work in. You have to, put the right things in your body. But to me, it's amazing and it's worth it with the way that you feel. And that's all I got to say. But thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Teresa. We appreciate you. Anybody else in the audience, have any questions, comments, please feel free to come up. Maybe you don't even know what exogenous ketones are, and you're like, what is this stuff that they're talking about? We welcome you on stage to ask any questions that you may have. And Sandra, did you have something?
Yes, I'd like to add that, when you get that energy fuel, like you feel like you can do anything, where I was wanting a nap in the middle of the day before. I don't feel like that anymore. I actually have taken some pretty amazing fitness classes that I feel like I'm in a room with like 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and I feel like, wow, I'm really proud of myself. I could do this at 53. There's a lot of people my age that are struggling because they're just giving up and saying, I'm old. This is what it is like getting old, and I'm not there. I want to do everything and anything. I'm just like out for adventures and all kinds of fitness classes.
That's amazing. And we're here to support you every step of the way, so we encourage you to, step out, right? Step out of that comfort zone. And I believe that's one of the big things this ketogenic lifestyle has helped me do. And like Sandra said, she stopped utilizing the tool there for a little bit. Well, the thing is, you don't know what you don't know, right? So I tell people sometimes, hey, stop for a little bit, and you're going to soon find out, the difference that it is. Same thing with the ketogenic lifestyle. Right? Like there's a point in time where, back around November, December, maybe even October a little bit, where I kind of veered away. And for me, veering away, I still lived a pretty clean lifestyle, but, I would have a cake here and there, or I'd have some cookies, or I'd have these different things. And I soon realized, wow, I can't believe the way I feel after consuming some of these carbohydrates, after consuming some of these sugars. I would just want to go to sleep right after that. My body metabolically was not utilizing that as a fuel source. It wanted the fat. It craved more of the healthier things. I wanted the ribeyes. I wanted the spinach. I wanted the asparagus. My body did, but my mind was telling me different at that point, because I had created a shift in my mind to where like, oh, I can have a cookie here and there, or I can do a cake, or it's Christmas time. Let's, be a little laxed. And I'm not saying don't do those things, but I'm saying be careful with those things. I have an addictive personality. I just, my background is I've had addictions in my life. So the fact is those kind of things kicked me off of my, off of my journey a little bit. And then Clubhouse came about, and utilizing the amazing room, Keto for the Soul here, all these amazing, our club and all these amazing rooms inside of Keto for the Soul. For you guys that don't know, we have Keto Foodies Unite Monday through Friday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Runs for about 2 hours, so about 9:30, and it's just in a great accountability group, right? I know also at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Keto for the Soul does a keto check-in, right? How was your day? Come on up and share, maybe some of the things that are working for you, or maybe some of the things that you're having a tough time with. Because it's great to get around like-minded people. It's great to get around people that understand what you're going through. And to be honest with you, I believe that we all have food addictions. I believe that we all are addicted to carbs and sugars. I believe that sugar is probably one of the most addictive, properties out there when it comes to, just addicting that mind that we have, So, with that being said, again, if anybody has any, questions, comments, please go ahead and raise your hand, jump up on stage. We have the amazing Tommy up here with us. We just heard a little bit of Sandra's story and where she was at and where she is today. Tommy's story, Teresa's story. That's the beauty here, right? The beauty is it's not about us, it's about you. It's about each person down there that's listening. It's about each person down there that may be thinking about doing the ketogenic lifestyle and they're just not sure, but they're plugging into great communities and clubs like this and getting maybe the little bit of boost that they need. Maybe Tommy said something that really sparked an interest in somebody that said, hey, that sounds like me. Maybe Sandra did, maybe Teresa did. And we just encourage you guys to follow each other here on the Clubhouse platform and there's a little bell. So if you click always next to the bell and click always, each time we jump into a different room, it'll ping you telling you that we're going into a different room. You're not only going to find me in keto rooms, you're going to find me in amazing rooms, Christian entrepreneur rooms. You're going to find me in different rooms that just is full of positivity. Breakfast with Champions. There's so many great rooms out there. And I just encourage you guys to lean towards the positivity, shake off the negativity. There's so much negativity going on in the world right now that we're dealing with. So much, division, people trying to come in and divide us. And no matter how you feel about masks or how you feel about being locked into your house or wherever you are in the world, maybe it's a little more opened up like it is here in Florida, or maybe you are across the other side of the world where you still have a lockdown and you can't really go 5 feet from your door. The situation is we're all dealing with something. So anytime you can plug into positivity, I encourage you to please do that. And each time you see a Keto Jesus room here, I can promise you there's going to be nothing but positivity in here day in and day out. So with that being said, I'd like to open up the floor to Daniela, Tommy, Teresa, anything you may have, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, Vaughn. I just want to add something real quick when you're talking about sugar. You're right. Sugar is the most destructive form in the universe for the human body. And the issue today especially is because there's about almost 100 different names for sugar, believe it or not. And what I'm talking about, of course, are the hidden sugars that the food industry is putting in our foods. And, of course, through marketing and various other ways, they make it seem, it may say sugar-free, because it doesn't have pure cane sugar in it, but it may have maltodextrin or dextrose or maltitol. And if you're not familiar with these other types of hidden sugars, which spike insulin and really cause havoc with you, that could be a serious issue for you moving forward, because you're thinking you're doing something or eating something that is sugar-free, supposedly, but in reality, it has all this other poor forms of other sugars, like I mentioned, the maltodextrin, dextrose, maltitol, all this stuff that wreaks havoc with the body. So it's important to actually chime in on rooms like this and also to educate yourself. That's one of my biggest missions, is to educate people on food and what they're eating, because there's so much hidden bad stuff in food that if you're not aware of it, it will hurt you.
Yeah, and that's one of the greatest things we get to see in a lot of our customers and clients is they start to take the packages off the shelf and not only look at the nutrition facts, but look at the ingredients, and they start to understand what that means. And I want to touch on that for a minute, Tommy, because when you started coming to the Keto Kitchen, you had told me that, you had really went low carb and you've cut back on a lot of the carbs and things like that. But coming to the Keto Kitchen a few times, you kind of learned through the process. You remember what you told me about, when you went back and you thought you were doing low carb? What happened?
Yeah, I thought I was doing low carb. What happened was I did cut my carbs, but nowhere near the amount that I had to, because I was eating foods that I still was not aware of the high carbohydrate content in it. Once I became aware, of course, I've learned a tremendous amount of things at the Keto Kitchen in Palm Beach. Once I learned that, then when I really started to work and drastically reduced my carbohydrates, and that's when the shift occurred for me. Not only did I reduce my carbohydrates drastically, but also increased my fats, which I wasn't getting enough of. So yeah, it was definitely a game changer for me. What I've learned attending the Keto Kitchen in Palm Beach at that time, about the carbohydrates and these different things. So yeah.
Yeah, and we love that, right? And we thank you for now being able to pass that information along to your clients and your people, right? Because I really believe that's what this is about. When we can inspire one, we create a ripple effect. Being able to help Tommy now, he has a program where he goes out there and he helps men and women change their lives, and I believe that's the true blessing here. It's the power of one is the power of many. So as you guys are starting to share your journeys, as you guys are starting to share your stories, and I encourage you guys, please, no matter where you're at in your journey, no matter where you are, it doesn't matter if you think you're failing at the moment. It doesn't matter if you've had great success or where you are. I encourage you, please share your journey and your story, because it matters. It doesn't even matter if it's a ketogenic story right now or not, or a ketogenic lifestyle story or not, right? Please just share your story, because there's so many people that are going through something similar to what you have gone through or what you still continue to go through. And why not take people on the journey with you? Why not allow them the same opportunity to change their life as you are getting to do right now? Maybe it's just sending an invite out to somebody to invite them to Clubhouse, to invite them to amazing rooms like this. Maybe it's to hit the little plus button down there and ping some people into the room that, maybe you've talked to in the past, and they're like, yeah, I don't know about that keto thing. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Like, each time you jump into a keto room, you do not have to be the resource. You do not have to be the one pouring the information into them, but you can be the one that changes their lifestyle just by hitting the little button, and in the search bar, type in keto or type in whatever you want up there, and maybe just health and fitness, right? Or a healthy lifestyle. What it'll do is it'll go ahead and grab people that have an interest in that. Then you can go ahead and ping them into the room, and then allow them to get some amazing knowledge and maybe a different vision on where they see themselves going. I do appreciate everybody for being in the room. I see I see a couple party hats down there. Welcome to Clubhouse. The party hat means that people are new to Clubhouse, right? And again, I want to say thank you for being here on Clubhouse. I also want to encourage you guys, if you don't have your Instagram linked up to your profile, please, it's very simple. Click the little Instagram tab down there, link up your Instagram to your profile, because that's how we can talk to each other away from the Clubhouse platform. That's how I can encourage and jump on and say, hey, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for adding the value. Thank you for being present, because your presence matters. You just being down there in the audience, sometimes we feel like we're not seen, but I promise you this, each and every one of you are seen down there. Each and every one of you, the presence of you just being here can shift the way the whole room elevates. So thank you guys for being here. I see some familiar faces. I see some faces I haven't seen before, so I love it, right? And I understand this. The ones that are supposed to be are here right now. It doesn't matter if we have 200 people in the room or we have 2 people in the room. I promise you, you're getting what you need. So thank you guys for that. We got about another 10 minutes left here, so I encourage you guys at this point in time, please raise your hand, come up on stage, share a little bit of your journey, share where you're at, share what's helped you create the shift in your life to do better, be better, and feel better each and every day, because your story and your journey matters. So if you come up and share at this exact moment, you're going to change somebody else's life. And we got Joan up here, so let's see if we can go ahead and bring her on stage. There she is. Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing amazing.
Doing this, and so I'm excited because I just got the Keto Mojo in the mail today. And do you use that? Does anyone up here on the stage use that?
Yeah, Keto Mojo is one that I actually utilize, and it's got the glucose and the ketone strips. That's one you're speaking of?
Yes.
Yes.
And so do you have any suggestions, Vaughn, like when, okay, so I'm going to start tomorrow, like testing. And I think initially I'm going to test a lot probably, just so I can see. And I think I'm going to work my way up to a CGM at some point. But do you have suggestions like to how to do it for the very beginning, schedule wise?
Sure. Pick the time that you're going to go ahead and do it. And do it the same time every day. So maybe you're going to do it when you wake up first thing in the morning. Just make sure that you go ahead and you do it each day at the same time. Maybe you're going to do it at 10 o'clock in the morning. Maybe you're going to do it at 11 o'clock in the morning. Wherever it is, just make sure you continually do it at the same time each day so you can get more of an accurate reading on it. And then one thing I do want to say is, definitely don't get hung up on any of the numbers. When I talk about the ketone levels and things like that, I have a lot of people that the number can throw them off, just like the number on the scale can throw them off. So I say, I'm big on testing too, especially in the very beginning, because I want to know where I was, how I was feeling, my glucose, what was affecting me. And the CGM is something that I'm looking into also, just so I know, like when I eat certain things, what it does to me, how my insulin spikes, where I'm at, you know what I mean? So I think the CGM is something that hopefully pretty soon I'll be linking up with and getting on board with. But yeah, I just encourage you, check them as often as you feel like you need to in the beginning, but don't let that deter or direct the vision of what you have for this ketogenic lifestyle, right? Because a lot of people can start looking at those numbers and start to create a lot of stress in their life, start to create a lot of cortisol, which is going to be counterproductive to what you're looking to do. So I just say be careful on that side of it.
Okay, yeah, I agree that I don't want that to happen. So I do IF. So I stop eating at like 6 o'clock at night. I don't eat anything. And then I'm not hungry. At the earliest I'm hungry the next day is like 10 a.m. And so that would be when I would break the fast. Should I do blood test right before I break my fast? Because I think first thing in the morning, somebody talked about Dawn syndrome or something.
Yeah. So, hi, John. This is Danielle. It's true. In the morning, your cortisol level is gonna be elevated because your body's waking up. So maybe your glucose is gonna be a little bit higher at that rising time. So since you are gonna break your fast after 10 a.m., I will do it right before that if you want, and just try to do it at that time every day, just so that you can have an accurate reading. And we also test sometimes when we want to test different foods, like sometimes even keto, like let's say I made a keto cookie and we eat it, we might test 30 minutes after we have consumed it to see if it affected our glucose and ketones. But at the moment you're just doing this to see where you are. So I would follow what Vaughn said, just kind of like continuously do it at the same time so that you can get an accurate reading.
Okay, so look for trends then.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, and the one thing I would say is she's exactly right about your cortisol levels in the morning. The circadian rhythm that our body runs on, when that cortisol level, there's a reason that, cortisol isn't all bad, right? There's a reason that we have the cortisol. And what it does is it helps start that circadian rhythm. So, when you guys get up in the morning, the first thing you should really be doing is kind of going out and getting some of that sunlight. So what that does is that kind of helps set that circadian rhythm off. So then about 12 hours after that, melatonin starts to kick in. So there is something to be said with that. And definitely check maybe, anywhere between an hour to a half hour before your first meal. And do that for a week or so, see where you're at. And then maybe you want to check it, switch it up a little bit and check it an hour or an hour and a half after your first meal, just to kind of see, how things are working in your system.
I agree.
Great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank you for coming up on stage. And please always continue to jump in these rooms, not only asking the amazing questions that you do, but share your journey. Because like I said, most of us start this journey for ourselves. Most of us start this journey for a weight loss journey, but we soon find out that there's so much more. We soon find out that we're healing from the inside out, and that we feel so great that we just have a passion to share with others. And truly, that's what I see a lot with a lot of our clients and things. It's like they start to feel so good. They start to educate themselves. They start to ask more questions. They start to do things better. And then all of a sudden, if it's not like Tommy, people asking him or Sandra, giving compliments all the time, like, wow, what are you doing? What's changed? Because a lot of times we see ourselves in the mirror each and every day. So a lot of times we don't really see and notice those changes. So another thing I would encourage you to do is start taking pictures. Start measuring yourselves, maybe put on a tight shirt, tight dress, tight pants, whatever's not fitting, so loose at the moment, and use that, because there will be a point in time where the numbers on the scale, maybe they don't shift so much, right? But however, your body composition is going to start to change and continue to change. You're going to start to lose those inches. So I just encourage you to do that and continue with your journey and trust the process and enjoy every minute of it. Even in the valleys, right? You're going to have peaks and valleys. Times are going to be tough. Times are going to be great. However, in those moments of those valleys, that's when you really need to dig into why you're doing this journey, find out your why, and then really say, you know what, I'm going to stick this out. I'm not going to give up right now. I know it's a little tough. It's a little rough, but I'm going to come out on the other side and I'm going to be better than I was today. So continue to drive forward on that. And we really appreciate you and look forward to hearing more about your journey and even those numbers, like, keep track of those numbers, journal those numbers. I tell people, if you want to be 50% more successful at anything you do in life, the one thing you should start doing is writing things down. And I'm speaking to myself as I'm sitting here saying this, right? I'm speaking into a mirror. As I have a notepad in front of me and I've written down things that have come across the table today, that's one of the most important things you can do is journal your journey. So I hope you guys, really pick up what I'm saying right there. Start to journal your journey. Pick up a piece of paper and start to write it down. So thank you, Joanne. We appreciate you. We got just a couple minutes left. I want to open up the stage to anybody that has any final thoughts here. And if anybody in the audience has something they want to jump up here and say real quick, now's the time to raise your hand before we close this out in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Anybody on stage have any final thoughts? We got Lillian coming up right now. I know Daniela just unmuted, but Lillian, good afternoon. Beautiful. How are you?
Hello, Vaughn, Daniela, and Tommy. Thank you. Vaughn, I didn't know you guys were doing this Fellowship Friday. I said, Vaughn's got, Jesus got a Fellowship Friday. I am loving it that we start the week and end the week with the Lord. Yes, it's awesome. I've only been here for a little bit, but now that I know, what time are you going to be doing Fellowship Friday? I love it.
So we do it every Friday at 4:30. And really, it's definitely, obviously, always to give all glory to God, right? Like that's what we're here doing each and every day. I thank God each and every morning I wake up, and I thank him again each and every night I lay my head down to go to sleep, because without him, I wouldn't be here. So we just need to kind of keep that in the forefront of our mind. But then it's also just a fellowship amongst each other, right? To share each other's stories and journeys, because I think that's the beauty of what we have. God has created us, and he doesn't make mistakes, right? Like we're all children of God. Whether you believe that right now or not, I'm here to tell you, you are. And we're not here to push a religion on anybody, but we're here to tell you there's a relationship to be had. For eternal life, the thing about it is there's one way, and it's through Jesus Christ. So we encourage you guys to keep your mindset open on that too. It's like coming into the ketogenic lifestyle and the ketogenic journey, right? Like you had to have an open mindset. Like Sandra came into it, was like, I don't know. I don't really want to do the keto diet. But you know what? She was open to trying something new. And I say that a lot of times about church. I'm like, I invite people to church all the time. And some people are just like, I don't know, it's not for me. And I said, well, what's wrong with just being around some positivity? Being around positive people that are going to pour life into you. It's totally up to you what you choose from that point forward. But one thing my grandmother used to always tell me, she would take us out to fine dining restaurants, and she'd be, hey, you want to try these oysters? You want to try this or try that? And I'd be like, you know what? No, I don't like that. She goes, well, have you had it before? And I'd say, no, ma'am. And she said, well, how do you know you don't like it? If you haven't tried it, you don't know if you haven't liked it, right? So come on in and have an open mindset. And I tend to see and think sometimes that people are almost afraid to kind of walk into a church or maybe walk into some sort of an area where they're just uncomfortable because they're afraid of what they may find, right? And they're afraid they may have to shift some things. Well, when you guys started this ketogenic lifestyle, what happened was you had to shift some things, right? To do better and be better and feel better each and every day, you had to shift some things. So I would encourage you guys to start to look at the shift that you want to make in life. And Lillian, thanks for coming up here and adding that value. And I want to open the mic back up to you, and please go right ahead. But thank you for bringing that to the forefront.
Yes, I just think this is just such a great space. And like Vaughn said, Keto for the Soul is where it's at. And you don't have to be religious to be thankful. We in our country is built on thanks. Like we have a holiday called Thanksgiving for a reason. And I think when you learn how to thank, you can learn how to think forward into your future, right? So I'm thanking for the now because I'm paving the way for what's ahead. So I love this space. Thank you, Vaughn, for Daniela and Tommy for having this room, Fellowship Friday. And my name is Lillian, and I am done speaking.
Yeah, Lillian's amazing. Her and Tasha do I want you to go ahead, Lillian, and plug some of the rooms you have under Keto for the Soul, because you do an amazing, we were able to be part of it today, Keto Lunch and Learn, and you do a Dine and Learn. Can you go ahead and plug that for us?
Yes, so Tasha and myself, my best friend Tasha and I have a couple of shows here on Keto for the Soul, Keto Lunch and Learn. Daniela and Vaughn were on there today, and it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 12 noon, 11 Central Standard Time to 12 noon. And then we do the Dine and Learns, which is a little longer and a little deeper dive. We just pick one subject that we talk about that has to do with the ketogenic lifestyle. Dine and Learns are every first and last Thursday, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time to 6:30. So, yeah. Thank you, Vaughn, for allowing me to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys haven't checked them out, please slide in their DMs. They're amazing educators. Their rooms are absolutely awesome how they run them. And it's purely about education. And I really love that about you guys. And thank you guys for doing that and you know, stepping forward and stepping into your greatness. Because I got one thing to say before we close this out. You know, God has created you with gifts. And a lot of times it's hard for us to identify those gifts. Well, when you get around like-minded people and you get around people that are pouring life into you, not sucking life out of you, we can help you find those gifts, right? And the one thing I say quite a bit is like, you know, once you find that gift, now you can go after your purpose, right? You know, because that gift kind of will guide you towards your purpose. And now once you find that purpose, you can just put everything into it that you have to create greatness around that purpose. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, you know, how many people have gone to the grave not knowing what their purpose is? Right? Like imagine living a purposeless life. And that doesn't mean you didn't have a good life, right? That doesn't mean that maybe you didn't have all the riches that you wanted or you didn't have the certain things that you wanted, but you just weren't sure what your purpose was. So what we'd love to do here is help you guys identify that purpose, help you guys pull that gift that you have inside of you out, because God creates each and every one of us with many gifts. So I think a big gift that he has given me is being able to help me through him. He works through me to be able to help others identify their gifts to really chase after their purpose. So thank you guys for being here. We truly appreciate you. Each Friday, Fellowship Friday here with Keto Jesus, and a couple of awesome moderators that will come up on stage with me to help me just create this amazing platform. So we will see you next Friday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's 3:30 Central. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. So yeah, that was Fellowship Friday here on Clubhouse, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's about an hour long, and what we want to do is we want to spotlight other people. We want to bring them up and share their journey and their story, and maybe those journeys and stories aren't always the most positive and light, right? Like maybe it's not. You know, sometimes we all go through things. We all go through storms. We all go through valleys in life, and I say peaks and valleys because sometimes we feel like we're on the top of the mountain, and then tomorrow we can feel like we're at the lowest of lows, right? It's just the belief system that we have in ourselves sometimes. So I encourage you guys to continue to build the belief system in yourself. Continue to get around people that are going to help build you up and not tear you down. So with that being said, guys, I'm recording each one of these. We got a couple different platforms that it's going to here. It's going on my personal page. So hello, everybody on my personal page. Vaughn Hendricks. We have the Keto Everyday business page that we have on here. It's also going out to that platform. We're actually on Tommy Pichardo's transformation page today. We're on Tommy Pichardo's burn fat page today. So if you guys want to go over there and check those out, please feel free and do that. We also have the Keto Kitchen Palm Beach on Facebook that we're on. We also have Keto Everyday tips, recipes, and more. We're streaming to that too. And we also have Keto Everyday YouTube channel. So we're streaming to that at the moment too. So I wasn't able to get Instagram fired up today because I wasn't able to get my iPad out quick enough to be able to get this thing rolling. But typically we go to Instagram, which is Keto Everyday _ on there too, each and every Friday. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always being here. Thank you for always showing love and positivity. And listen, the greatest thing you can do is pass this along to somebody else. Create a shift in their life. Maybe you're not ready for a shift yet. Maybe you don't think it's really time for you. However, you may know somebody that's going through a dark moment. You may know somebody that needs a shift, right? So I would just encourage you guys to share this with them and allow them to create a shift in their life that, you know what, you have no idea how that may pay you back down the road. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. Keto Everyday. Arrivederci.